Hey guys, what's happening? This is Andrei, and in today's video, guys, I want to simply explain what are the prep centers and why you need to be using them, and how beneficial they can be towards your Amazon FBA business, towards the growth of your FBA business. And I will also drop you guys some recommendations of the prep centers that I personally recommend to get started with. Okay, and yeah, guys, if you don't know what the prep centers are, let me quickly explain. Okay, by the way, don't forget to subscribe and drop a like on this video. That is super important, guys. And as always, guys, if you're interested to start this business and you don't know where and you're looking for a way to begin, I do have a private guide to kick this off. Make sure to comment the guide right now below this video, and I'll personally come back to you with an instruction on how to access my private Amazon FBA guide. It's a 30-minute step-by-step video that shows you how to start making money on Amazon FBA. Okay, so the prep centers, what are they? Okay, the prep centers are the facilities that we use to outsource the prep and pack. You see, back in the days when I've started, this is actually a real picture from one of my rooms, and you can see the side of the bed of the duvet, of our red duvet. I remember that duvet exactly. And we had a small apartment, like a small Mason house. We were living in with my wife and my daughter together. This was back in 2016 or 15, 2016, early 2016. And yeah, we were doing prep and pack on our own. You can see the big labels on the boxes, the Amazon labels. When we're doing all the prepping and packing, sellotaping and labeling and etc. It wasn't a lot of fun, guys. So yeah, we were doing our own prep and pack. There's two ways to get this done in this business. So when you're buying the products from the retailers or the wholesalers that you're looking to flip on Amazon, the next thing that you do when you check out, you want to select the shipping address. The shipping address either has to be your house or it has to be a prep center address. That's how it works, okay? There's two ways. If you ship it to yourself, you do your own prep and pack. That means you have to get the A4 sticky labels, you have to get the big labels for the actual boxes to go on. You gotta get the sellotape, scissors, tapes, even some boxes from eBay, because not all the boxes you will be able to go and reuse that you will receive from the suppliers. Typically, 80% of them you can. However, we always kept another 10 to 20 boxes behind the bed. We were storing them behind the bed's, what you call this, I forgot the word. Anyway, behind the head storage. Yeah. So we were holding the boxes with the that we bought from eBay, like big boxes, 30 by 30 by 30, and behind the headboard. That's the word, headboard. I used to flip so many of those headboards back when I was dropshipping on eBay from Walmart. Good old days, headboards. I used to making so much money from those. So anyway, yeah, you must have some boxes. So you got to be always taking care of that stuff. Of course, the labor, the work, at least 3-4 hours a day, probably if you're doing a really good shipment, and then you have to also wait for the next day for the UPS to come by and pick up your boxes and get them sent out to Amazon. Okay, so basically, yeah, you gotta book the collection, you gotta call them, or you can do it with the website. Well, I used to do it on a website. Just schedule a collection, they'll come over, pick up the boxes, and yeah, and basically, yeah, I used to have a little chat with the UPS guy as well, about the business and stuff, and he was wondering, like, he was seeing me every single morning. But yeah, remember the grind, remember the hustle, guys. You can do it yourself, or you can use a prep center and pay them just about $1 per item, about £1, dollar to £1 per unit. It depends if you're doing it in US or UK. I will be recommending some prep centers below this video. I will drop my recommendations, guys. So they are the guys where you simply, instead of shipping it to yourself, you're shipping it to the prep center, and they will be receiving the pallets. If you do, so let's say if you source from wholesalers, or they'll be receiving just the plain boxes like this, which they will basically go and repack and relabel for you. Okay, that's basically what it looks like. Okay, and they will typically charge like $1 or like £1 per item, and again, it will all be considered into your margin, into your profitability of the product that you're buying. Of course, you got to be recalculating all this stuff, and you got to input the prep cost in there. And you guys know there are ways of making extra money using cashback sites and etc. But let's just have to buy the products with substantial margin to cover the prep cost. Okay, but the prep centers, I would say it's a must if you want to scale the business. There's two ways of scaling an Amazon FBA business. You must either use a prep center, 3PL, same thing, or you can be doing your own prep and pack, but you must have your own indoor house team, like your own warehouse and etc. I mean, it does take a lot of extra expenses like renting, like paying for the basic utilities, gas, gas to keep the warehouse to some kind of some kind of a heating level, electrics of course, rent, all that stuff, all this extra necessity equipment you got to be paying out. Plus you have to pay the staff. With the prep center, you don't have to do anything. Like you just have to go and pay per unit cost. So if you send 100 units into the prep, you pay $100 to them for the prep and pack, plus any extra cost for like bubble wrapping and etc. But it usually comes out of pretty cheap because they pretty much reuse all the boxes they receive from the retailers or from the wholesalers. It's not a big deal, and usually it just turns out to be like a standard $1 or £1 per unit. Okay, like I said, prep centers is a must to use. I recommend prep centers. I have some links below. If you do have any questions about the prep centers, guys, I mean, you can definitely ask. Typical turnaround time of the prep centers that I use are 24 to 48 hours. The prep center that I'm currently using in America is located in Florida. The one in the UK I'm using is in Manchester. Something could change by the time you're watching this video, but I rarely change prep centers because they're very reliable people usually. I mean, the only thing I would really go and change the prep centers if there's some if they're going out of business or something like this. But I've been pretty much using the same guys for for the past years. Only changed recently the US prep center, but for the better one with the better turnaround time and just better communication and everything. So I recommend using prep centers, guys. If you don't use them, you won't be able to grow and scale this business. Okay, yeah, and they also turn out to be cheaper than Amazon labeling and prepping. Okay, because they simply will be able to reuse a lot of the materials and save you a lot of money. Even though the Amazon saying they will charge like 60 cents, 80 cents per unit, Amazon is a lot slower and they don't really reuse the materials and etc. And actually turns out to be more expensive in the long run, guys. Okay, so a prep center is a must. You must be using a prep center. Okay, so yeah, just simply wanted to make this quick video about it, guys. Do not look around for a prep center. This is the place where you can go and find one. On this video, you'll have the links below. Don't forget to comment guide to access my private guide to get started with this business model right away. Just comment guide below this video. If you have any questions about the prep centers, if you have anything to ask, let me know. But I will leave all the links and instructions where you can go and just simply tell them that you're coming from me. You'll get the best customer service, you get the best response, and you will get treated really, really well. And I mean, just like all of our clients. But of course, if you go for me, you're getting some special arrangements as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much once again, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you guys on my further videos. Below, all the links to my education, my FBA Mastery Program, my Telegram channel that you must join. I did leave the link in the pinned comment as well. Make sure to join. Full of value. Start right from the top and walk your way down. Full of content, full of information, giveaways, so much amazing information covered in there as well, guys. Okay. Anyway, guys, keep in touch. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.